Hi everyone, it's Janet. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content, and hit that notification bell. And if you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make a charcuterie board and just give you some ideas just in case that you're entertaining this year, just so you have some appetizers on hand, or even if you want an appetizer just for you and your family this year, since things look a little bit different. So if that's what you're interested in, then keep on watching. I'm going to make a charcuterie board. I have bought just a few things to make my own. This is just a small plate that I have. It's a marble one that I had bought. Obviously, if you're expecting a lot of guests, I'm sure a lot of people aren't with COVID right now, but I just put a small one because, I don't know, I usually put cheese on this, meat and cheese, but I'm going to put like a whole little bit of everything on this board today. And I just want to show you how easy it is to buy things separately and don't buy the already made ones, because to be honest, the already made ones aren't that fresh to be honest. So I just usually pick up my own. Like this is even, this is cheese. I usually get my own and slice my own. This is even kind of lazy, but you know what, it's better than the ones that you buy with the meat and everything like that, because I feel like they're just not that fresh. And it's so easy to make your own, you guys. So this is just a quick idea of what you guys could do to make your own charcuterie board. And it's a big hit. And even if you, well, once again, potlucks. I'm not sure if a lot of us are going to potlucks or not, but it's a great thing to take with you as well too for potlucks. So this is the meat that I got. I got some different ones. I got a German style salami, prosciutto, and this another kind of salami. Oh, actually, yeah, and then there's a chorizo down here. This is different than this one. So I just wanted to get something different as well too, and I didn't want to buy a whole bunch because it would take us a long time to go through each one of those, to be honest. So I just bought a mixture of this and a mixture of the cheese to make my own charcuterie board. So I'm going to open up these, and let's start with the meat and cheese and go from there. Okay. So, ooh, that meat smells good. I don't even know if I've bought these ones before, so. All right, so the cheese I'm actually going to cut in half because these are kind of bigger slices as well too. So this one has cheddar, mozzarella, and then a peppered Kobe Jack, I believe it is. What was it? Chili pepper Montreal Jack, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop these in half. I'm going to do just 3 slices of each. Once again, I'm not making a huge board right now. I'm just kind of giving you an idea, and then you can kind of make your size according to either your company or your family. So we all love meat and cheese trays, to be honest. Like, it's one of my favorites even prior to keto. I always liked it with the Ritz crackers, of course, but even like the meat and cheese, that's always the one thing that I am loving, and I go towards even at any function. That's always the one thing. So I thought I would try to make my own, and I've done this before anyways as well too. So I think I am actually just going to use half of the 3 slices. I'm just going to put those back into the container there, and we will definitely be using those anyways for sandwiches and such. But we're just going to kind of make this a little bit fancy. I'm not fancy by any means, but like I said, for the sake of a video, I thought it would be a great idea since it's getting to be Christmas time and everybody's thinking about what they're going to be doing for entertaining, you know, depending on where you live and what's going on for entertaining. I know here we have provincial premiers, and our premier is going to be giving another update once December 15th comes around. So we will see. Because right now we're not on a lockdown, but we do have restrictions. So there's no social gatherings at all, and now we have a mask mandatory as well too in our city. Well, close to our city, because like I said, I'm 20 minutes away from the city of Medicine Hat, and so we have passed that by law. So I don't know, it's kind of nice to be honest though, because maybe that is helping. I don't know, our numbers are still high to be honest. So we'll just have to like wait and see on what happens, I guess, right? So hopefully Christmas time won't be, you know, that horrible, and hopefully numbers will start coming down, and then we'll have a good update for over Christmas, because no social gatherings over Christmas would definitely be devastating, I would have to say. Okay, I also found these salami chips as well too at my local grocery store, and I'm going to put some of those on this board as well too. And it just kind of feels like, it doesn't feel hard or nothing. They're just kind of, I think, a drier salami, to be honest. So I'm just going to put a few of those on the edge there. And then I also found these. I've had these before. It's been a long time. They're stuffed with feta cheese, jalapenos, and this is an antipesto. So let me just actually read the ingredients, because I want to make sure that I can have everything on here, because for some reason, oh yeah, I just always hear, I don't know, because I can't have pesto, right, because that is made with a nut. So I always just double check all the ingredients. I've had these before. It was a different brand, I believe, but still, they're really, really good. And I forgot to show you the macros. Let me just flip it over here, because there is some oil. I drained some of it out, but so this is the macros, you guys. So it is, for one pepper, it is 4.5 grams of fat, 2 carbs, 1 fiber, which makes it 1 net carb, and 2 grams of protein, and that's for one. And these are a really decent size, actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut a little bit of paper towel, because these are oily, and I'm just going to set it down on the bottom of this, just so that, I don't know, it doesn't go everywhere and maybe go into the meat or something like that, right? So I'm just going to rip a little piece off, and maybe I'll do it just a little bit smaller than that. And I'm just going to put this underneath here. Obviously, it's not going to hurt for me to put it there. So, and then I'm just going to add like a couple. I think I'm going to add 3 actually is what I'm going to do. I'll do those 3. There we go. There. And then also too, my favorite dip, I've mentioned this before, is I buy it at Walmart, and it's the artichoke and Asiago dip, and it's so good. And the macros on this is 1 carb, 1 fiber, so 0 net carbs, and that's for 2 tablespoons, guys. It's really, really good. Has very low carbs, so that's why I like it. So okay, let's try to make this maybe a little bit fancy. Once you get started, you can start moving things around. Make sure you wash your hands, everyone, before you start something like this. So I'm just going to put some dip. I have these little containers that I order off of Amazon. I use them for like either like dressings to go with the salad, or a side. Like I really like this with my chicken, this Asiago dip, or even with pork rinds, right? So I'll just put a little bit in this container and then take it with me to work. All right. So there's that. And then these ones here are my favorite. They're the tomato basil cheese crisps, the wisps. They're really good. You can use any kind. They have like the normal cheddar cheese ones, but these ones are my favorite. They kind of like are a little bit more savory too, and I find that they go with meat and cheese like really, really well. So I'm going to put some of those on there. Those are good dipped in that too. I've had that before. There we go. Like I said, this is a smaller plate. This would probably be good for our family, to be honest. I think everybody would be satisfied with that size. I also have some pickles here. My good friend Sean. Lori is one of my good friends. They live in Airdrie, but last time he was here hunting, he ended up bringing us another jar of pickles. And I'm telling you, these are the best pickles I have ever had in my life. They are delicious, and he knows that. Sorry, I'm trying to get it open. There we go. He knows that they're my favorites, so he always brings me some, and some hot sauce too, because he makes his own hot sauce. And man, he does some really good pickling. That's one thing I don't do. Do you guys pickle at all, or do any canning? We did have a garden once, but I found that it was just a lot of work for what you got. Like, you know, a bag of potatoes here, like a 20-pound bag is like $4, right? So for the amount of time and effort to have a garden, and for the water and all the bills and weeding, I find it just easier to buy them. Like, I would love to be self-sufficient. Like, we do hunt and we have meat all year round, and we do have chickens, and so we have eggs. So it would be nice to be a little bit more self-sufficient and to have a garden, but it is a lot of work. So I commend you guys, whoever is out there and does a garden. It's a lot of work. Also too, I wanted to mention about my chicken. So our new one, Sunshine, she has been in her nest for, oh man, I want to say 3 days. She wasn't coming out. And so I looked it up and I realized, I forget what the name is. I'll insert the name here. I think it's like a Brody. Yeah, it's a Brody chicken. And they feel like they need to lay on their eggs and wait 21 days for them to hatch. So she wasn't coming out, and she's our new one, and she's a little bit skittish. So I had asked Jimmy, I said, you need to get her out of there, and lock up the coop, and so that she will be able to like spend some time outside, because I don't think she was coming out, maybe to eat a little bit, but I was reading up on it, and they do lose a lot of weight and such because they're just not eating as much as they were before, because they're always like covering their eggs, right? So anyways, I called Jimmy. He was out butchering, and he ended up getting her out. And yeah, it was really weird though. Like, she was mad though. I should have recorded something like that. But yeah, she was so mad. It was kind of funny, but I was like, nope, you're not going back in there. You're not going back in there, because all she was doing was sitting in there and sitting on those eggs. So hopefully we'll see tonight if she runs back into the coop, into the next nesting box, sorry. And you know, sometimes I guess that does happen, is they'll run back and just sit there and do the same thing over. But she's not laying right now. I guess they don't lay during this time either. It's a learning curve to have chickens. Anyways, I know, like I mentioned before, one of the YouTubers that I follow, she actually has chickens. So I always find it interesting to listen to her stories, because sometimes we'll go through like the same ordeals with our chickens. So Tammy is her name. And but yeah, maybe actually I think she did have a chicken that was going through this, and she had to put them in like chicken jail, which is like you put the chicken in kind of like a dog crate and put them separate, and there's no nesting box and there's no nothing to kind of get them to, you know, realize that they can't do that and there's nowhere for them to go. So I might have to do that, you guys. Okay. So I just added a few things. I added the pickles here as well too. So this is our charcuterie board, you guys, and I think it looks really good. Like I said, if you're really creative, you could probably move things around and make it look like, I know some people make it look so good. They have lines and they're going different directions and they're just a little bit more creative. I don't have that sense of creativity, but I think it turned out really, really good. I am going to actually cover this, and we are going to have it with supper tonight. Actually, I'm going to put it out, and then I'll put out, like, you can also take a box of like your favorite crackers, like Ritz crackers and everything like that, if you are taking it to a potluck, right? But for keto, you know, if you're having friends over, if you have girlfriends that are doing keto, and you know, or if you want to take something to make sure that you have something to eat, then I would suggest making this up. It really didn't take me any time at all. I bought everything like pre-packaged in a sense, like with the meat and the cheese, right? And it lasts a long time. Like, I made that one and I definitely hardly even made a dent in either the cheese or the meat. So it's just a lot of, like, as far as cost, you know, cost efficient to buy all these yourself and do it yourself instead of buying the whole board. That's already made up. And like this, it's not that fresh. Once you cover this and you let it sit, like when grocery stores have it for sale, it's not that fresh, you guys, right? So make your own that day and take it that day. Obviously, if you cover it, then you can take it later on to your get together or your Christmas party, even if you have to bring something, right? Volunteer to bring an appetizer, and this is what you can bring. Everyone, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and make sure you hit that notification bell as well too. And we will see you tomorrow.